Camp Pendleton houses. What are the options available to you, the military member, when you have orders to Camp Pendleton? So first, and what a lot of folks think about, is base housing, right? Base housing is ruled or governed by Liberty Military Housing. It's a civilian contractor that handles all the various housing areas aboard Camp Pendleton. So there's some to the north, there's some to the south, there's some smack dab in the middle of the base. What are the advantages of Camp Pendleton houses aboard the base itself? Well, first, you've got proximity to work, right? That's the obvious one. Very short commute. A lot of folks love that, and they'll trade their entire housing allowance for that short commute. Second, you've got the feeling of safety aboard the base. People really like that feeling of safety aboard the base. The homes are older. There are some newer construction. Most come with modern amenities. They provide the appliances, refrigerator, washer, and dryer. They've got a garage. So base housing aboard Camp Pendleton, not bad. If, however, you're financially motivated more than commute motivated, you might want to think, boy, the military's giving me all this money for my housing allowance. Do I want to spend it, give it all right back to the government? Because they're going to take every single penny of that $3,000 or $4,000 you're getting in your housing allowance. So then you want to consider maybe you just don't want to live on base. So then you want to consider living out in town. Where are the areas you want to live out in town? Generally speaking, the closer you are to the ocean, the more expensive it's going to be. So if you're at the north end of the base and you live out in San Clemente or Mission Viejo, you could be spending all of your housing allowance on a 2 or 3 bedroom condo. But you get nice amenities. You're close to the beach, close to all that Orange County has to offer, and you got a nice temperature. Oceanside, that's another opportunity for people. North San Diego County. So if you're out at Del Mar or if you're near Mainside, you might want to consider Oceanside. Oceanside's not bad. Nice place. Housing is a little more affordable than it's going to be in Orange County. That I think is reflective of the maybe the quality of the schools. You're going to want to check that out yourself, right? Our experience in Oceanside is way back in ancient times. We lived there in the late 90s. Commute was nice, close to where I worked when I was on active duty. Wide variety of housing in Oceanside. You've got apartments all the way up to massive single-family homes. We've sold many homes in Oceanside, Vista, Fallbrook area. We manage probably a dozen or so in those areas as rental properties. Oceanside, North San Diego County. Nice, but again, closer to the ocean, more expensive. Which brings us to my favorite area, Temecula and Murrieta, southwest Riverside County, just over the hill from Camp Pendleton. On a nice, clear night, we can hear the sound of freedom backyard from the artillery at Camp Pendleton where they're doing night fire. So it's close, not too close, but close. You're going to have a little bit longer commute if you're in the Temecula Murrieta area. So you want to consider anywhere from 30 minutes to 60 minutes if you're close to the weapons station area, if you're assigned like Mainside area or at the air station. If you're at the northern end of the base, then the commute from the Temecula Murrieta area is it's a grind. You're looking at probably an hour and a half. But people who drive that far to have a wonderful place to return home to at the end of a long day. And that's what Murrieta and Temecula have to offer. Great schools. You can't beat the schools in Murrieta and Temecula across the board. I don't think there's a bad school in either district, frankly. I can't speak to the schools on base. Can't really speak to the Oceanside schools. When we were there, they were okay. You want to do your homework on that. You will want to do your homework when you look at any community, whether it's Oceanside, Vista, Murrieta, Temecula, or the surrounding area, Menifee. That's another nice town. Great amenities. You've got wineries. You've got the Pechanga Resort. You have a half a dozen or more golf courses. You've got wonderful restaurants. You've got the Promenade Mall. You've got ballooning in Temecula. So lots to do. Check it out on Google Maps. Get the street view. If you've got a friend in the area, get some eyes on. Have them be your recon, right? If you're fortunate enough to have a San to Sea agent helping you, they'll help you out. They'll go out and do some recon for you. Take a video, maybe a Zoom call, FaceTime. If you want to learn a little more about Murrieta, in particular, Murrieta neighborhoods, click here. If you'd like to learn more about all the amenities that this area has to offer, click here. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I love our military folks, in particular, Camp Pendleton houses.